Hello, this is Cyte 9. He is the newest warframe, and I have some thoughts on him.
Additional life support has arrived.
He's what I would consider a C-class or average warframe. I'm going to give a simplified explanation of his powers as well as my interpretation of them. Now let's start with his passive. Weak point kills increase weak point critical chance by 1% per kill up to 300%. His first ability is Seek. When casted, weapons gain punch through and damage, but only on weak points. And specifically just the weak points themselves. Cyte 9 with his buffs from Seek and headshot damage can effortlessly reach KPMs of 60 to 80. He's very lazy to play, but not quite brainless. I think this is probably my favorite ability in his kit, as of late. Following this, his second ability is Resupply. When casted, your weapon is instantly reloaded, and every shot comes with an extra 25% damage of the original shot's damage, which is a fairly simple description, but has some other noteworthy mechanics. Resupply has positive interactions with multi-shot, which, if 2, will cause extra bullets to spawn. And also, all resupply bullets have 100% status chance, which in this context allows you to proc an element twice. This ability allows him to skip otherwise lengthy reloads for weapons such as the Queller, Trumnut, and Kuva Checker. Now, I understand why it doesn't work for Incarnons, but I still hate it. If I can multiply my damage by 600% as Barrage, why is this where you draw the line? Anyway, Resupply also considers a weapon's modded damage dealt entirely as the selected element. Elude. When casted, a 60-second cooldown starts and runs indefinitely until finish. You become invisible for 10 seconds, and headshot or weak point kills will extend the timer until it reaches a maximum, which at its base is 30 seconds. Now, with this ability, like many other invisibility frames, means you make the trade-off of having absolutely no CC. He can't camp a point or defend a target nearly as effectively as other frames around his bracket, such as Frost, Mag, or Oberon. His weaknesses become more apparent when he has to protect something other than himself in a mission. I find his passive a little bit off-putting, because it kind of encourages you to go into endurance missions. Anyway, his last ability is Neutralizer. When you cast it, you equip an Exalted Sniper that when fired consumes 10 energy at base and consumes 20 energy and force procs 10 stacks of cold and a 10-meter AoE. By the by, the chain explosion from the primary fire of this ability is not considered weapon damage. Now, since this is his last ability, I have a few things I want to say. Cyte 9's development, unlike Trinity's rework, was a well-thought-out and tasteful project. He can buff weapons with a variety of damage types, increase build variety, although the glamour is somewhat diminished from radiated reload and magnetic might and newer weapons like the Tender Galaxion. However, Cyte 9 despite being statistically average, he's quite unique when it comes to dedicated invisibility frames when considering his strength and versatility. He's probably the best one at the moment. He can comfortably remove himself from the epicenter of action while still doing a major portion of damage, and there's not much enemies can do about it. Due to his abilities having either no range or very high range as well, he can easily run narrow-minded, making his build variety more creative and less linear. Now, quick hate rant here, but Seek doesn't work for partial AoEs such as the Checker or Tomb Finger. but it works perfectly fine for weapons like the Nadaruk and the Fulman. The neutralizer has an AoE effect on its primary fire, like the Kuva-Checker, exclusive to when you hit a weak point with it. But unlike the Kuva-Checker, the AoE doesn't stop the bullet from going through walls. Anyway, Cyte 09, in my opinion, I think he's a fairly solid and unique frame. He could use a few minor tweaks, but otherwise I think he's decent. I guess this is the first time speaking. You know. Well, I don't really have an outro. Goodbye. See you next video.